There we go. Welcome to May 2022 full moon, the flower moon, late night edition. This is the late show because we're running late. And the request has been to make these into more of an audiobook and a podcast than anything. So here we go. And thank you for tuning in. So, as there are physical issues with me, we're not going to stand this week or month. But I would like for you to join with me as we invoke the elementals. To the east. Lords and ladies of the east, bearers of thought, clean breath, and inspiration, come watch, witness, and join in our rite. We ask you to bring clear ideas, fresh thought, and good health, clear communication. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
We turn now to the south. Lords and ladies of the south, fire, passion, and magic, we ask you to bring energy, inspiration, magic, fire, and all kinds of fuel to help us with our ritual tonight. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the West, water, emotion, that which is unknown and lies beyond our ability to understand and or see. We ask you to bring knowledge. We ask you to reveal to us information we need and to help us to understand the ebb and flows of the energy, the world, and life around us. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the North, passion, strength, wisdom. We ask you to bring and join, witness, and aid our rite. We ask you to help us to understand how we stand, to help us to focus, to help us to learn to drive our will, and learn how to understand when it is time to not be so willful. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lord and ladies of the center, keepers of the balance, harmony, peace, and justice, we ask you to join us and witness our rite. We ask you to help us to understand how to see fairness, how to find justice, and how to understand what truly is peace. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lady Persephone, Kore, please join and watch. Help us to understand spring and the reawakening. Help us to understand cycles. Help us to understand the duality of life and death. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
My Lord Pan, join us this night. Help us, guide us, lead us, chide us. We seek to understand the unknown, to prove, and to end up seeing ourselves as grown. Please join and guide and help us to understand the all, to understand the perspective that not everything is a singularity, but we are all one. And through that we can understand and see that is what was beyond us and from different points of view. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
The circle is cast, let it not be broken. So mote it be. This full moon is a tricksy one because we've got the full moon, we've got an eclipse tomorrow night, and there's just so much, and Mercury retrograde, and there's just so much energy focused on communication right now and fixing prior communication issues and getting big events happening. The eclipse is a harbinger of big events. And it's a great time for magic. The full moon itself is about flowers. And we spent April, we've been going through, we got our seeds ready. We figured out how we want to plant our seeds. We figured out what seeds we have to plant. Well, now it's time to start looking at those seeds starting to flower and come up and start growth. And now that they're there, it's time to look at the flowers and admire their beauty. But it doesn't stop there. Because, like the bee, it's our job to help pollinate those flowers. Like the little dick with wings, it's our job. We all love lust. We know it. But it's our job to take that and pollinate it. Because it never ends. There's always work to be done. Because you got to keep making sure that the things that you wanted to have happen, happen. You got to make sure that you get all of your flowers cross-pollinated and everybody gets the nutrients it needs, because it's still a brand new idea growing out of the ground. There's nowhere near any meat or fruit to come from that. It's all about the pretty bloom and the ability to gather the pollination and fertilization into ourselves. And what do you need to be pollinated? What do you need to do the next level of things with to help you get the fruit that you're seeking to bear? Every time we reach a level of accomplishment within the process, it is a door into another level of the process that is just as important and has to be maintained. We don't really get to go, oh, I want this end outcome, and unless the end outcome requires absolutely no life, no growth, no pollination, no fertilization, it's just a dead lump laying there, also known as a rock. That's all you get if you don't do all that extra work. You get a barren lump of soil that, over the years, the pressure of the earth will fold and turn into a giant rock. Because that's all it will ever be, is a giant rock. Some people like rocks. Some people are plain folks of the earth, also known in Blazing Saddles as morons. Sorry, favorite movie. We watched the movie like last week.
Did you?
But it's a cycle. And that's part of why I was pushed to call Kore. Because her role as goddess of death and goddess of spring, that is right now, especially for us. And it cycles. There are steps to be repeated in everything. And all of these giant long-term steps we do within our year as we work through our intentional process and progress are all processes that should be repeated on a smaller scale daily. We plan, we plant, we fertilize, we harvest, we celebrate, we make sure that there's enough focus, enough energy. We make sure there's the proper care, and we look at how we harvest the things that we have sown every day. And sometimes karma is a bitch, but it's our own fault. But, and it's a repetitive cycle. And right now the portion of the cycle to focus on is what needs the extra layer of nutrient? What needs the other levels of energy and or touch to move it forward? So I think this is the good time for the moments of me shutting up and just kind of listen to what the critters, the woods, and the wind have to say. Immediately a frog pops up. That was nice. for me, I need to keep going more than anything. My pollinization after fertilization is to just keep pushing to make it happen. And all of it, all the stuff I'm doing. Making sure that I continue to give energy to it. Whether it's the process of getting grass growing in back, the process of getting folks here, it has been a very odd year. And it's interesting how events have unfolded that it's like the gods want everyone to wait till my birthday party to come visit. It's just really kind of weird how that's kind of rolling that way. So, May 28th, come to my birthday party. Okay. This message has been brought to you by Morgan's Birthday Camp Out. But it's just, there is so much life behind me. Literally. And there is so much growth going on everywhere. That part of the challenge is making sure you do all the things to nurture. There's so much growth to nurture that it can be overwhelming. And it's hard to always remember all the things we need to nurture, I think, is where that was trying to go. And that's really what it comes down to. We have so many irons in the pot. And even the intentionalities need extra layers that we don't really always think about. And that extra layer generally is help from someone or something else. And after this whole ritual, I just realized that that's what the message of pollinization is. You can't do it alone. With the best fertilizer, the greatest amount of rain and sunlight, if you don't have help from your friends, whether it's through floating seminal fluid in the air, trees,
eyes itchy.
Right, right. We can all be irritants. See, another lesson from nature. We all can be irritants when we spread our pollinization into the air freely.
Arboreal bukake.
Right? Oh, and I mean, that's really the thing, pollinization. And it definitely had escaped me before, but it's about help from your friends. You can't do it alone. And that's a hard one, because friends are hard sometimes. And that's just because sometimes it's hard making friends, and you need more friends. So that was a weird place that I didn't expect to go at all today. Juniper, could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get bread and wine?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
felt a lot better after you started the crap.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. Thank you. I love froggies.
What's the honking one? Is that a goose or?
So the honking one is actually a different kind of frog. The little ones are little bitty baby spring peepers. That cheep, 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 cheep. Those are called spring peepers. And then that
Yeah, that.
I believe that's a leopard frog. So
I see.
yeah.
I thought that was a goose.
Yeah. I understand.
You'd think that I grew up on a farm, but I did, and I still have no idea what these things are.
That's okay.
I could tell you a whippoorwill, though. I love whippoorwills.
Right. Right.
I'd never heard one until I moved here. I think I told this story recently, that everyone in the area I grew up in basically shot them all.
Yeah.
And so they were the mythical creature that people talked about and the old people knew about. And so I'd never heard one until I moved here.
And when you heard it, did you take your wallet out and shake it at it whenever it so you get extra money?
No.
Like when you hear it, you got to take your wallet out and shake it at it.
Okay.
It was pretty interesting because it's not often, I'd never heard what one sounded like. But as soon as I heard it, I knew.
Yeah.
And it was very cool.
I didn't find the juice.
Oh, okay. 7-Up is a perfect substitute for juice. Put you back over there. Yeah, right there. All right. Thank you so much. Hold that like that. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then take a cup, pass it around.
Anyway, it worked out.
The Ritual 7-Up has been opened and christened, and you're bouncing. That's cute. All right, so we have our cup, we have our beverage poured into our cup. Take your finger, point it at arms, and then place it into the cup and repeat after me. As the female is to the cup, so the male is to the wand. And when they are joined, they become one.
What you said.
Okay, repeat this in perfect love.
In perfect love.
And perfect trust.
In perfect trust.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
May you never thirst.
May you never
thirst.
Cheers.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Skol. Bottoms up. There we go. May you never thirst. Oh, well. I don't know what you just said. Okay.
I said ding.
It did. All right, so we have our libation. Let's do this. We're just going to do a yeast mouth thing. Never mind. Yeast mouth kitties. They eat bread. And I figured, fuck it, we'll just open up the whole thing and go for it. So, born of my love, crafted of my seed, baked in my love and heat. So mote it be. May you never hunger.
My split one was. I just need a bite.
Right. I'm the same way. May you never hunger.
Thank you.
May you never hunger.
May you never hunger.
Thank you so much. Tonight's libation was 7-Up and Hawaiian bread.
Because we're adults.
And we can eat ice cream for breakfast if we want.
You bouncing.
I'm bouncing. I can't help it.
It's food.
Yep. All right. So the rest of these have to be eaten at some point.
I have the. Well, we can't. You can freeze whatever you can't eat now, and then we can use the same batch for next month. Or I'm just gonna make my. I'm gonna make my herb bread to bring one of these. I just completely forgot about it.
See, those were frozen and unfrozen to be ritual bread, and then we forgot to put them back in the freezer. And now we're going to freeze them again. Because it's Hawaiian bread and it'll do it.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, you can abuse Hawaiian bread in ways you can't abuse other breads. I think it's the sugar.
Yeah. Omni. We didn't do a cone this time.
I'm fine
Oops.
Yeah.
with not being loud.
However, there's also intent. And we can do a silent cone.
As a corn.
We can do a humming cone.
Honeycomb?
Humming. Hummer. It's a hum. Never mind.
PG.
Moving
PG.
on. Different radio show. But yeah. Goodness. The look on her face is just as good as we're saying it.
It was my secret identity. You had to get out the bag.
Are you a frog? Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. Okay. There's a lot. No energy right now. It's really kind of weird. And I think we're all going to do individual workings, but yeah, it was just, there's so much energy floating around right now. It's kind of like pushing against the house type thing. It's really weird.
Mr. Frogs.
You know? Are you okay, Peggy?
Yeah, no, I was saying if it wasn't so wet, I'd say ask who wants to go for a night walk, and then just the paths, just not in the woods, but on the the gravel paths.
The gravel, right.
I mean,
which is part of why they're gravel, because to do that.
and just enjoy the nature sounds and see what we see. And
I would totally do it if I could walk.
It's it's wet and it's slippery and
right.
Probably not the best idea. I still love night walks. But
I bet we could do it if we were frogs.
we wouldn't have the same risk factors. Like, I don't know if frogs even have bones.
They do have bones. Mm-hmm. They do have bones. Because that's how you eat frog legs, is you clean the meat off the bone. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. I love frog legs.
Put salt on them and they even ordered it.
Yeah, you put salt on their dead bodies and they do the alligator type thing. It's fucking great.
Tripping the kids out the first time we had frog legs. We are adults. I know, so it was hilarious. I was just informing the audience that yes, we are adults. It does not make a difference.
I am biologically an adult.
Right?
Mentally, that's for sure.
I go with whatever you fucking... I don't care. Because I ain't worried about it.
In June, I'll pass 4 decades officially.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you a Cancer or a Gemini?
I am a Gemini.
Right on.
Our birthdays are only like a week apart.
All right on. I found out, for some reason, it never actually struck me that my grandfather's birthday is a week after mine. But I realized that earlier this week, or a couple weeks ago, after 55 years. And I just knew it happened. Mm-hmm. I knew the date, and June 4th is my grandfather's birthday.
It's my grandmother's birthday.
Yeah. And, yeah. It's funny. But...
See, I thought yours was like the first week of June. So yours is the last week of May.
Yeah. Mine's the 28th.
I'm the 12th of June.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little more towards the front.
Excuse me.
It is a blessing and a challenge having your birthday on a major holiday weekend 4 to 7 times out of 10.
Have it be a holiday just in June.
Yeah.
Not December 31st. It's
Yeah. Right.
My dad has this December 31st. It really messed me up as a kid trying to figure out how old he'd be every year.
I have a former partner that her birthday was also on December 31st. And I threw her first actual separate from New Year's party for birthday party.
nice.
So, it was a great time. She was like 20. Oh, goodness. 24? 23?
These always just get rolled in together. My uncle's birthday's on Christmas, and his birthday and Christmas always got rolled in together.
My dad's is Christmas Eve. So, I have a little sympathy and understanding for the plight. Because you just get run over by it. And, oh, this is a present for both. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm giving you half of your present for Christmas, and you can get the other half later. And fucking dick. But, yeah. It's just a really nice, pretty, peaceful night. Seriously, Blue Eyes. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and say a bit adieu that we said hello to. Good idea. my Lord Pan, we thank you for the understanding, and we thank you for the kind of blessing of understanding what the actual lesson in our cycle of pollination is. We thank you very much for your presence, for your passion, and for your lead. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Kore, Persephone, we thank you for joining. We thank you for the insight, the understanding, and the embrace. We look forward to celebrating your beauty and feeling your warmth and gifts as our days continue. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the center, keepers of the balance, spinners of the wheel, we ask you to help us to understand how to achieve balance, how to understand justice and injustice, and how to understand true peace, and bring all of that into our lives. On the daily, please. It'd be really cool. Go if you must. Stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the North, stability, strength, and wisdom, please help us continue to stand tall and understand. Please help us to grow roots, be stable, grounded, and centered. And please help us to understand when any of that is necessary or best left to another moment. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the West, water, emotion, and that which lies beyond our understanding. Help us to understand and know how to navigate. Help us to feel the temperatures of the waters and the pressures within around us so that we understand the things that we cannot see, but our intuition brings the knowledge to us through your gifts and through our trust in your blessings. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the South, passion, fire, magic. We ask you to continue your dance throughout our lives. We ask that you continue to guide us, propel us, and energize us as we work to make all that is necessary come true. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Lords and ladies of the East, intuition, quick thought, communication, and healthy breathing. We ask you to continue to bless us and help protect us. Keep our health strong. Keep our communication clear. And keep our thinking clearer. Go if you must, stay if you will. Let there be peace and love between us now and always. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
The circle is open, but unbroken. May the love and the peace of the Lord and Lady be ever in your heart. Blessed be, and divine doings. Thank you for joining us. It's a circle. So mote it be.